Hi, I'm Arkady Fridman with Motus Media. I'm at CES 2024 in Las Vegas. Arkady Fridman here with Motus Media at CES 2024, and I'm with my old friend Chris Pfaff from Pfaff Tech Media, a real industry insider that's been to CES many times. He's been meeting with a lot of people in the industry, VR, AR, all sorts of technology. Also a New York-based, New Jersey-based person from the East Coast. I'd love to talk to you about what do you see are the industry trends? What have you seen that's new and cool and interesting that you can share with the community?
Well, I think what we're seeing is really the maturation of AI in everyday products, and I think that that's coming to a fore both with video and audio. So we're really seeing some very interesting applications, everything from apps for wellness, like the Trip app that you can see over in the Venetian, the Amazon startup pavilion. Of course, the big guys, the LGs and the Samsungs and TCL are showcasing what AI is doing for their products, including video, yes. So that's very interesting, and I think TCL is really the big story of this show in some ways. If you're talking about the big iron folks in the central hall, many of us have known them as sort of a lower end electronics provider. This was a huge display that they had showcasing their micro LED technology. Very impressive. I think that in terms of other trends, we're seeing here, of course, some interesting things in the healthcare space. I think that this is going to be an interesting turning point in that field. You'll see some newcomers in the space. And I think also, this used to be a show where audio was highlighted more, not as much, but there's some big movement with the likes of Google and the immersive audio models and format spec from the Alliance for Open Media with their partner Vaudeville Sound Group, and what they were showing in private suite at the Samsung meeting room in the North Hall. Really mind-blowing stuff, way beyond Dolby Atmos. So you're seeing movements toward greater openness in terms of open source technologies. I don't want to talk about OpenAI in that regard, but I think that some of the robotics that you're seeing in the West Hall, very impressive, of course.
What's something that really blew your mind that you'd never think you'd see?
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I always look at this show as incremental innovation at scale. That's really why people are here, is to try and sell the vision of something that can scale, or actually just show a concept of that. So I think that's where we're going. We're seeing some different uses of AI, for example, in mobility, electric bikes, things like that. Ultraleap, with some of their haptics. I would have expected to see more of that at this show. Maybe I'm missing some private suites somewhere. But again, that's a big deal here at the show. Kia and some of the other automotive partners are showing off some interesting aspects of what they can do to basically present the car as like some giant battery, some electrical source. So you're seeing more sort of smart energy applications. And this is happening at the same time that we're hearing news in battery energy storage and other aspects of smart home. The smart home term seems to be going away. Interesting. I think maybe the intuitive home, the engaging home, who knows? But we're seeing some interesting stuff there, of course, from Bosch, which always has an amazing stand. It was very interesting to see the Korean presence here that was not connected to LG or Samsung, which I'll just talk about in a second, and SK Telecom. SK is here in a big way. Of course, they're a huge conglomerate. They have a really fascinating stand, which doesn't have anything necessarily to do with their technology, but is a lot of fun. And they're all over the place. They have a private suite. And Eureka Park has a big presence from Korean startups. That's actually a big deal. The Asian community has really not shown up here in the startup world very much. That is true in general. So this is a big deal. And of course, you'll see a lot of other government-sponsored folks there. But I have not seen one thing that maybe blew my mind or I thought was really just a brilliant, revolutionary technology. As I said, I think we're seeing better applications of thin films. I've seen some interesting things in the solar side. So, again, I think that and that solar technology that I referred to is really pointing to our more handheld products. So that's what I've seen. I think that the headline would be more like CES 2024, AI comes home, something like that. I mean, it's of course we've seen a lot of what that's done for the media industry, and I think it's happening more in just everyday applications. So that's really from where I sit. I think that that's a great thing for the developers who come to this show, for the OEMs who come to this show, and you're not going to see much generative AI here. At least I haven't really seen it. And again, I still have a lot of scouting to do, but that's really what I'm looking at, and I think we hear that as well from some of the people we know on the design and agency side as well. So it's a great show. Don't get me wrong. I think that one of the best things about it is that it's much more spread out and it's much more curated. So that's where we are on what is technically day 4, even though it's day 3 of the exhibition here on January 11th, 2024.
That's great. Thank you, Chris, for giving me that amazing summary. For those that don't know who Chris Pfaff Tech Media is, here's a little plug for you. Tell the people what you do and how you can help them.
How much money do you have in your pocket? Okay. For 23 years, what I've been doing is essentially helping companies, mostly early to mid-stage and strategic startups, ventures, to get to market through business development, marketing, PR, investment consulting, in a lot in deep tech, but we specialize very clearly in media tech. And again, I do a lot of public speaking. We focus on Europe and North America, and like that. So that.
And you hold a lot of hats. I've seen you at different organizations where you've got leading positions.
The co-chair of the storytelling committee of the VR/AR Association, and we're working with storytellers, producers of content in AR, VR, and of course a proud member of the Producers Guild of America. So my involvement in the industry is really bringing a media together with technology, hence Chris Pfaff Tech Media, if you will.
And one of my favorite roles where I saw you last at the Players Club in New York City.
Yes, at the Players, indeed. I am on the board of directors of the Players, which is the longest running private social club in New York City, founded by Edwin Booth, the great Shakespearean actor. And please come to 16 Gramercy Park South if you want to meet some of the most interesting, engaging people on the planet, in fact. So,
how can people get in touch with you if they want your services?
Chris, that's CHRIS, which you probably figured out, at CPTM.co. That's Chris at CPTM for ChrisPaffTechMedia.co. Check us out. If you have a vision that you need to amplify, if you're looking to get in front of customers, if you're finding difficulty in getting your word out, that's what we do. We leverage a massive network. We have samurais who help us, as I said, in Europe and here in North America, and we'll be happy to have a chat.
Chris, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for sharing some time with us.
Arkady, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like to see other videos from my videos at CES, please click over here, over here, over here, or over here, or subscribe to see others. Thanks.